and Anna.
All right, thank you so much there, Tripster. Good job this morning. All right, one of the things that employers across the board want an employee to have the ability to do, and that is communicate effectively. Today, our career expert, Brian Parsley of WeSkill, has the keys to improving your workplace communication. All right, so here you are, about 15, 20 pounds lighter. You look great. You flew in here on your private jet. But let's talk about a little bit about the communication. Okay. We got text, email, all these different ways to communicate these days. Twitter, MySpace, Facebook. Are these having a positive or negative impact on the way that we communicate?
You know, I think when you talk about workforce communication, all these things are creating or impacting negative communication. Here's why. These were all created to make our lives easier, to make our lives more efficient, but they're making it less effective. Let me give you a great example of this. How many times have you received an email, say from Tara, who says, you're egotistical, and you read that in a negative way? You know, but my point is this, and this isn't reality. Sometimes people email one thing and it's cryptic, you don't know what they're saying, right. So email is not necessarily the best way to communicate.
All right, so what is the best way to communicate?
Well, it depends on what and really who you're communicating to, but think of it in terms of this. There was a recent study that indicated that 7% of your communication is done by the words you use. 38% is determined by the tone that you use. But watch this, 55% of all communication is done by nonverbal cues. The things that you look, giving the finger, that's pretty obvious, right? Yeah. But nonverbal cues, but something else I thought interesting, write this down, 82% of all statistics are made up.
Okay, wait a minute. Say that again. 82% of all statistics are made up. All right. Well, okay. So now people are watching this and they're on the edge of their seats, and they're saying, okay, what can I do to become a better communicator? So what can you do to become a better communicator?
I think that's actually a real valid question. The most important thing is to understand what it is that you're trying to communicate. Number two, I believe active listening is a really important part of communicating at work. Listening to what other people say, writing down if they're in person to kind of show that you're interested in what they're saying. But also, the key to being approachable is smiling. And if you combine both of those together, you got the secret sauce. Right. And it's really about being approachable, it's about being friendly. But let me give you one thing you can take away today if you work in an office. The next time you receive an email, say from Tara, or you receive an email, maybe it's from somebody that's negative, instead of emailing them back, pick up the phone.
See, I always love to do that, is call people, because, I mean, I'm not saying you kill them with kindness, but I think they realize you're not such a jerk that you appear to be on TV.
Not all of us. See, that's that nonverbal cue.
Is it more important to communicate within the office, or is it more important to communicate with our customers?
I think it's an inside-out proposition.
Right.
And if you don't communicate well with the people that you work with and you have trust with them, it transfers to the customer whether you like it or not.
Right, right. Okay, Brian Parsley, come back and see us here in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
All right. Let's check in with Anna, who has a look at stories that are going to be making news today. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go to Dow from Fairview Road, the scene where a CMPD officer was in an accident this morning. Dow, what's the latest?
That's right. Thank you so much, Mark. Officer Joseph Walensky responded to a car break-in around 3:50.